Hello there, part-timers. Once again, we are in the collection room. Welcome. Today we're taking a look at some Guardians of the Galaxies. We are to issues 9, 10, 11, and 12 of my favorite version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the year 3000, or the 31st century, as they put it. And it is gold. I absolutely love these. World of Mutants. They use the same font as the New Mutants. And Feeling the Wrath of Rancor. Rancor just looks like a mishmash, futuristic descendant of Wolverine. And I'm pretty sure that's what we're dealing with. And is a reoccurring villain. And that is a beautiful, weird planet. You can see a Magneto statue in the background. So I like how this series continues to do that. There's always a character or a reference to the old times, the original Marvel Universe. And you can just see like what they're doing with that history. But whenever you see like modern characters used as ancient history, I always thought that was neat. And I mean, it has a real Elseworlds feel, but it's really just the future. Panels are bright, looking good, and this is 1991. What was the name? Oh, I just forgot the name of their ship, and I'm trying to remember. I think it's the Captain America was the name of the ship. Or the Captain America 2, since the first one was destroyed. But there would be your Guardians. They are hearing a call for help. At this point, Martinex, or however you say his name, he is still technically the leader, but he is not a combat guy. He is not a boots on the ground fighter type. You see everybody's wearing Wolverine outfits. Of course, they give the history of everything there, which has been years since I read. I always loved this book. Had, in my opinion, a very consistent art style that was very enjoyable. It never got bad. Like when I went through my Alpha Flight books, I love Alpha Flight, but the plot and the story would be good, then it would be bad, then it would be really hack, be terrible. Art would be good for a while, then it'd be bad, then it'd be tremendously great, then it'd be terrible. And I'll have to see as we go through it, but I seem to remember a strong sense of continuity and consistency with Guardians. It never got quite so, what's the word? It didn't flex quite so much. It stayed pretty consistently good. All right, the Kid Gloods are off. Charlie 27 is pissed. He's ready to unleash havoc. Tell them the Overmen are here. Some of the planets are beautifully done. Some are very odd. I think it's funny they got a whole religion there. Different religion. Worships. I can't remember what they worship. Like I said, it's been many years since I read this. But also many years since I owned the complete series. So this is a... we got the Stark coming back. He cannot be called Taserface anymore. Now he's Overkill. Interesting. It doesn't look like an interesting character, but it actually is. Whole society of Predator types based on Iron Man's armor. And back in the 90s, Marvel used to talk about, Cable had a big gun. No, Charlie 27 always had the massive, massive gun. I don't really do much for like Marvel Legends anymore, but if they would give me a Nikki, the Fire Hair Girl, and a Charlie 27 Build-A-Figure style, oh, I would so buy that. I would be all over that. That would be the pinnacle. And you never know. There's been a lot of, that's bad. The Phoenix shows up. But you never know, because there's been a lot of figures that I never thought we would have gotten. But you never know. If we could get a Charlie 27, I would be all on it. I never thought we'd get an original Drax the Destroyer in Marvel Legends style. So the fact that we did gives me hope that I could get a Drax, or could get a Charlie 27 and a Nikki. And the future Phoenix is occupied by this guy. There to both save and terrorize. Flip the page. Rodney. Huh. Consistent art. Is that? I know it's not, but it really looks like he's from the Team Force, but it really looks like what the heck was his name? He was one of Thanos's guys. Something Mall, maybe? I don't know. It's been a while since I watched that. I'm terrible. But yeah, Charlie 27 here is looking fantastic. And you can see, like, this causes controversy. Martinez is on the ship, planning things out. He is never on the ground. And there goes your whole planet. Phoenix Force is eating it all. The whole planet gone. It's the kind of thing that the Guardians run into all the time. He's not even that upset. Yeah, Martinez, he's always really angular, and they have to draw him that way. Otherwise, he looks just like the Silver Surfer. But they made an old Silver Surfer figure that was kind of angular, and I remember always using that as Martinez in my my little fake Guardians of the Galaxy team that I had. I did attempt to make a couple of figures of them, which never really panned out. I don't think customizing figures is necessarily a great idea. If you don't know what you're doing, you're just gonna ruin it. This is a really busy page. Look at that. That is a mess. Very dense background. Aw, pizza-shaped marshmallows. I want to be thinking about pizza when I eat cereal. Not really. Alright, so Nikki does not like this new girl. Totally doesn't trust her. Thinks she's a religious zealot. Wants her away. And I think Nikki does basically prove to be right. Cobra Commander. Pretty standard use of panels and pages throughout the series. I don't remember this book having anything that was shockingly innovative as far as like the shapes of the panels. I do remember very, very dense space panels. Oof. Take a look at like that. Just look at how condensed, how much is actually going on in one little tiny corner of the screen. It's unbelievable. Help me save Mary Jane, a 1-900 number. Wow. Wow, Spider-Man. Yeah, it's not just every now and then. They're pretty consistent with these incredibly busy panels. Now, they've gotten through some adventures, but they do keep getting reoccurring attacks from the Stark, the Snark, and I think the Badoon. I like the reoccurring villains, which is one thing that Alpha Flight failed on. And I compare these two a lot because they're very similar books, as in I collected all of them from quarter bins around the same years. But Guardians had consistent villains throughout it that were either pressuring on them or in the vicinity, or they had just defeated and they were rallying to do it again and make a comeback, that kind of thing. It was always going on. There was no big lull where you had no enemies, no anything to do except fight amongst yourselves. Guardians pretty much tended to avoid that for the large part. There is a couple of internal struggles between them, but for the most part, it was interesting because there was always villains, which not every book back then had, I guess. Take Alpha Flight, for example. But Guardians had a very, very well-composed roster of villains, and I thought that was great. Anyway, that's pretty much all for this video. Hope you liked it. We'll get through them all eventually. Thank you guys for watching. See you later, part-timers, and I'll catch you later. Bye.